अस्सलामुअलैकुम पाक एजुकेशन चैनल पर आप सबको वेलकम। इंग्लिश 2024 important MCQs guest paper. The process of vector subtraction is similar to the process of addition of vectors. If Rx is negative and Ry is positive, then the resultant vector lies in the second quadrant. The relation results the null vector. Dot product of two non-zero vectors is 0 if angle between them is 90. The turning effect of force is called torque. The absolute uncertainty of screw gauge is 0.001 millimeter. Dimensions of frequency is same that of angular velocity. The least count of meter rod is 0.01 centimeter. Velocity of an object dropped from a building at any instant t is given by gt. Equations of motion hold any when there is linear motion with uniform acceleration. The velocity of freely falling body just before hitting the ground is 9.8 meter per second. The height through which it falls is 4.9 meter. Inertia of a body is measured in terms of its mass. The rate of change of momentum is equal to force. A mass of fuel consumed by a typical rocket to overcome Earth's gravity is 10,000 kg second. Which parameter changes during projectile motion? Horizontal velocity. Single force doesn't exist. Is the result of which law of motion? Third law. The area under the force displacement graph represents work done. Is conservative field, the work done is independent of path followed by the body. 9 joules of work is done in 3 seconds, then power is 3 watt. A body of mass 5 kg has potential energy 100 joule. Its height from the ground is 2 meter. The dimensions of power is ml minus 1 t minus 1. The energy stored in a dam is gravitational potential energy. The angle between angular velocity and angular acceleration when angular velocity decreases is 180. A car of mass 1000 kg traveling at 40 meter per second rounds a curve of radius 100 meter. What is the FC? Centripetal force is 1.6 multiplied by 10 ki power beta. By minus 9 Newton. Moment of inertia is measured in kg per meter square. The ratio of rotational kinetic energy of hoop to its translation kinetic energy is 1/1. The weight of a man in an elevator moving down with an acceleration of 9.8 meter per second will be delta 0. A wheel of radius 50 centimeter having angular speed of 5 radius per second will have linear speed in meter per second beta 2.5. Here, equation of continuity gives the conservation of the mass. The velocity of a liquid below which its flow is linear is called critical velocity. If amplitude of a simple pendulum is increased by 4 times, the time period will be same. The wavelength of waves produced by microwave oven is 12 centimeter. In SSM, the restoring force is directly proportional to displacement. When a body is vibrating, the value of its distance from the mean position at any time is called instantaneous displacement. The number of vibrations per unit time is called frequency. If spring is cut into 3 pieces, then spring constant of each spring remains same. The time period of simple pendulum is independent of its mass. By increasing the weight on an oscillatory spring, the period of oscillations would be increased. The waves which do not require any medium for propagation is called electromagnetic waves. The work done is half of max value if the angle between force and displacement is 60. Bounce back of waves from the bounce back of waves from the boundary of medium is known as reflection of wave. The elasticity of glass is greater than liquids. When the observer moves away from the stationary source, the frequency decreases. If tension generating stationary waves remain constant, then speed of wave also remains constant. Electromagnetic waves transfer energy according to Laplace. Sound travels in air under adiabatic conditions. The period Periodic variations of sound between maximum and minimum loudness are called beats. Light waves are longitudinal waves. Sodium chloride in a flame gives out pure yellow light. In Young's double-slit experiment, the fringe spacing is equal to lambda L divided by 2 beta. Such a surface on which all the points have the same phase of vibration is called wavefront. In a compound microscope, magnification produced by the object is 5 and the produced by eyepiece is 50. Then total magnification produced by the microscope is 250 times. The magnifying power of astronomical telescope is alpha f naught over fe. An optical fiber carries data in the form of light signals at some angle of incidence and the angle of refraction becomes 90. Then this angle is called critical angle. For 1 mole of gas, the relation that P delta V is equal to R delta T, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 molar substance through 1 Kelvin is called molar specific heat. In heat engine, the heat is supplied through hot reservoir. An ideal heat engine can only be 100% efficient if its exhaust temperature is 0 Kelvin. If 1 mole of an ideal gas is heated at constant pressure, then beta Qp is equal to C delta T. The sum of all forms of molecular energy present in a thermodynamic system is called its internal energy. First law of thermodynamics for an adiabatic process is alpha W is equal to delta U. For an isothermal process, first law of thermodynamics become Q minus W. Light year is a unit of distance, which as a unit written correctly Charlie Kelvin. Electric charge in terms of base unit is expressed as ampere multiplied by second. The vector which describes the location of a point written with the origin is called position vector. The relation A plus bracket minus A results the null vector. Graphically, the direction vector in a plane is denoted by arrowhead. The AY component of a vector of x of magnitude 90 Newton, making an angle of 300 with x-axis is alpha 45 Newton. A vector which has the same effect as the original vectors taken together is a resultant vector. If a car moves with uniform speed of 2 meters per second in a cycle of radius 0.4 meter, its angular speed is 5 radians per second. When the axis of rotation is fixed, then the angular vectors have same direction. The linear velocity in a circular path is called tangential velocity. The direction of a motion changes continuously in circular motion. Centripetal force performs no work. The unit of coefficient of viscosity is Newton per Charlie option Newton nm minus 2s. The dimensions of coefficient of viscosity is ml minus 1 t minus 1 Charlie. The maximum constant velocity of an object moving through the fluid is called terminal velocity. Two fog droplets have radius 2:3. The terminal velocities are in ratio of 4:9. Light. Light is a form of energy, electromagnetic waves traveling in space with the velocity of 3 multiplied 10 to the power 9, 3 multiplied 10 to the power 8. Charlie. When crest of one wave falls on trough of other wave, this phenomenon is called destructive interference. In Young's experiment, if white light is used, then few colored energies will be seen. Power losses in optical fiber are due to all of them delta. If an object is placed away from two force from a converging lens, the image is located behind the lens between f and 2f. The magnifying power of a simple microscope is beta m is equal to 1 plus 1 over f, which makers use watchmakers use convex lens. Which of the following relation holds for Cp minus Cv is equal to R beta Cv less than Cp The kinetic energy of the molecules of ideal gas at absolute zero will be zero. The relation PV is equal to RT hold good for Charlie 1 mole of a gas. The relationship between heat and other form of energy is called thermodynamics. Equations of motion hold only when there is linear motion with uniform acceleration. Velocity of an object dropped from a building at any instant t is given by alpha gt. Acceleration due to gravity near the surface of the earth is beta 9.8 meter per second. Distance covered by a free falling body during first second of its motion is 4.9 meter. Force of gravity varies as the inverse square of distance from the earth center. Which of the following is non-conservative force? All of them. A force of 10 Newton acts on the body and body moves 10 meter distance perpendicular to it. Work done by the force at the body is 0 Charlie. A field in which work done in a moving body in a closed path is 0 is called conservative field. ये इंग्लिश के इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज का गैस पेपर 2024 था। मैं इसके पीडीएफ का लिंक नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा, अगर आपको किसी को चाहिए हो तो नीचे लिंक से हासिल कर सकता है। बाकी अगर वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो वीडियो को लाइक